see, it was freezing. I'm on a journey to meet people who have an enthusiasm for cold water swimming and to find out the benefits and why people have a passion for it. I reached out to Paul, a member of the swimming group Beyond the Blue. Paul was once a keen athlete, but his life was changed overnight.
My stroke happened 5 years ago. It was about this time of year, funnily enough. I'd taken my daughter out on her first 5 kilometre run on the Saturday and had my stroke overnight on the Saturday night, Sunday morning. It soon dawned on me that I'd lost all the ability on my left-hand side. I'd actual paralysis on my left arm and left leg. I couldn't balance at all, my coordination had gone, my speech was slurred. I always thought I'd get out of hospital in a couple of days and just be back running. I'd go back down the gym, but there's a harsh reality to a stroke and it just doesn't enable that. And this is a lifetime disability for me now.
I wanted to find out how cold water swimming has helped Paul, not just physically after his stroke, but mentally too.
It makes me feel like a proper person again. It seems a strange thing. I am a proper person, but I was an athlete before and I've had to find things to substitute for all the things I could do, and sea swimming is one of them. And a lot of people are amazed that I can do it. I'm amazed that I can do it. For me, it's been the best move I've made since my stroke. In fact, probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life. It really is such a wonderful, family-friendly feeling with like-minded people.
We are currently in a mental health pandemic. With the NHS being underfunded and under strain, there is less time and money to help people's mental health. So, what are the ways we can take control of our own mental health without it costing anything? I started doing some research. I came across a study which monitored people's anxiety and depression before and after they started cold water swimming. Dr. Mark Harper, a consultant anaesthetist from Brighton, took 60 participants, all diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and put them on a cold water swimming course. I wanted to find out more, so I arranged to speak with Mark over Zoom.
It brings people from an area where they struggle or can't function to an area where they can function. And that's really what we want. We want functional improvement. A place where they're diagnostic anxiety and depression to an area where they wouldn't be considered to have clinical anxiety or depression in around 80% of cases. So it's a really strong effect and much better than you get from any medication.
After hearing about the successful results of Mark's study, I asked him if he thinks that the NHS should invest more time and money into alternative therapies like sea swimming groups.
Without a doubt, we've got limited resources, and something which doesn't involve doctors or nurses or medical professionals in the therapy is going to save those resources. It just makes sense for the NHS to fund it, and as we showed in our study, it becomes self-sustaining. People just do it. And the other thing is, if we put this in place, it's not just a matter of using it as therapy, it's a matter of using it as a preventative thing. So if you put resources into it early and just create a little bit of infrastructure, some safe places to swim, how you can get out safely and things like that, then you're going to prevent people from going to the NHS in the first place. So it really does make financial sense to do something like this and put money into it through the NHS.
Speaking with Mark gave me a lot to think about and reflect on. I felt it was important that I met a mental health swimming group to see firsthand how they can help people. So I arranged to meet with Matt, the organiser of the Bournemouth and Poole Mental Health Swims group. I asked him to share a bit about the group and what they do.
We meet now twice a month. We have a group of about 6 to 8 people who come in. We'll just have a chat, see how people are, check in. Sometimes people are in a really good place and sometimes people have got stuff going on. So we share together with how we're getting on, and then we go for a swim and brave the temperatures together. To have time where we can sit, share with each other, enjoy people's company and just meet people who we wouldn't necessarily have met before. it gives a real sense of belonging for people who might not have that.
I wanted to know what exactly it is about cold water swimming that helps Matt and how it can help other people.
Getting out in nature, getting into water and trying something difficult was such a big benefit to my mental health that I think it's something that anyone should try if they are struggling with their mental health. We're designed to be outdoors, we're designed to be in nature as creatures, and I think sometimes we forget that being indoors all day and living a comfortable life isn't necessarily the best thing to help us feel better. So I would massively advocate cold water swimming to anyone who is struggling or isn't really, because I think it's such a big boost to mental and physical health.
I thought it was only right that I joined mental health swims for a morning dip to see the effects it had on me. So off I went into the sea with my GoPro. Going in the water felt daunting. It was a cloudy day, the waves were big, which definitely made it more exciting, but as I started going further in, I could really see how it helps your mind. The cold is the only thing you can think about, so all of your other worries in that moment completely disappear. And by the end of it, I was smiling. I've learned a lot on this journey on how we can take control of our own mental health, and cold water swimming is definitely one way. Meeting Paul showed me how it's helped him both physically and mentally after his strokes, showing me that anyone can do it. And speaking with Mark and hearing about the evidential proof that it does improve mental health makes me think that natural therapies like cold water swimming should definitely be used more often. This way, not only are we helping ourselves, but we are releasing some of that strain that the NHS faces. Mental Health Swims, Beyond the Blue and other groups across the UK are doing a great job in helping people and reducing that strain. Hopefully, cold water swimming is only going to become more popular and make people healthier and happier.